Veganism is hard. You have to deal with protein deficiency, tasteless food, high prices, and don't even get me started on how hard it is to have to wake up every day at 5 a.m. to milk your oats. I'm just kidding. Real talk. Adopting a plant-based lifestyle might seem like mission impossible to you right now. But just like with anything else, having the right information and advice from someone who's already gone through it can help you immensely on your own journey. I'll take a wild guess that you're interested in veganism but don't really know where to start, and vegans kind of scare you with their weird ingredients and crazy recipes. Well, fear no more. You have landed in the right spot. I have been vegan for the past 8 years, which sounds like a long time. But believe me when I tell you that it feels like yesterday when I decided to go vegan and had no idea what I was doing. My hope with this video is to provide you with all the tips and tricks I wish I had when I was just getting started, and to guide you through this transition. Before we jump into it, I just want to mention that I have no intention of forcing anyone to go vegan. I don't think anything good comes out of force, and I think a decision like that should be completely your own. And even if you have no plan to go fully vegan but just want to incorporate more plant-based meals into your routine, this video might still be helpful. With that out of the way, let's get started. Dive in with an open mind. The first thing you need to know is that you have to dive in with an open mind. Living a vegan lifestyle is quite different than living a traditional lifestyle, especially if you've grown up in a meat-heavy culture. A lot of things might seem confusing or even downright extreme at the beginning, but I believe that stereotypes exist to be broken. So stay open as you dip your toes into the ocean of veganism. This is not the ocean of veganism. I promise it's a lot more colorful than that. Let's talk about taste, baby. No, wait, that's not how it goes. Vegan food is bland. It literally tastes like nothing. Or does it? There are over 20,000 edible plants provided by Mother Earth, all packed with different flavors. And please don't start making a grocery shopping list of all those 20,000 plants just yet. You'll get there slowly, one plant at a time. If you think about it, flavor mostly comes from spices. Thankfully, we don't live in the 15th century, and we don't have to wait for our spices to be transported through the maritime Silk Roads. We can just take a trip to our nearest grocery store. And instead of letting all of these options overwhelm you, think about how many new flavors you're about to experience. Vegan food is for the rich kids. If you have a time machine and somehow managed to watch this video from 2015, then yeah, vegan food is expensive. For all of you who weren't smart enough to build a time machine and are watching this from 2024, you don't get to make the same excuse. Vegan products are everywhere now, and because of the beauty of the supply and demand chain, they're much cheaper than they used to be. In many cases, they are the same price as non-vegan products, or even lower. And if we take all the processed food out of the equation, whole foods are the cheapest and the most abundant foods on the planet. So take your dollar bills away, Karen, because my oats cost just a dime, or actually 56 cents. You will die of protein deficiency. Kids, let's wrap. A grown adult needs less than a gram of protein per kilo of body weight. For all of us muscle mommies and muscle daddies out here, the daily allowance is about 2 grams per kilo of body weight. And even that might be a bit too much. My music teacher in high school tried to convince me that plants don't contain any protein. I told him that the human body can't survive for more than 6 months without protein, so according to him, he was having a conversation with a ghost. Who's the crazy one here, dude? He then went and talked to the biology teacher, who explained to him that plants do indeed contain protein, duh. And then he apologized to me in front of the whole class. In your face! Some plants have more protein than others. So if that's your concern, you will have to become best friends with soy, green peas, beans and legumes, nuts and seeds. And watch this video for a detailed breakdown of protein in a vegan diet. What about B12? Plants have your back. And your front. And your whole body, but they lack B12. And before you start demonizing them, you should know that B12 is made by bacteria. Don't blame the poor lettuce. Before the rise of agriculture, both humans and animals got their B12 from plants grown in soil. But please don't start eating soil. A much more hygienic alternative is a B12 supplement. They come in pill or spray form, and you can find the recommended daily doses online. Meat eaters also lack B12, so you need a supplement too, sucker. Apart from B12, vitamin D is something that all of us should consider supplementing, especially during the winter months when we barely get any sun exposure. Today is an exception. It's not a deprivation diet. Instead of thinking about all the products you're gonna stop eating when you go vegan, think about all the new products you'll add to your diet. Before I went vegan, I was mostly eating the same 3 animals over and over again, and barely had any diversity in my diet. Now I eat dozens of different plants, and there's always a new thing to try out. And I leave the animals alone. If removing animal products right away is tough for you, start by adding more fruits, vegetables, legumes, nuts, and seeds. Soon enough, you'll realize that the plant world is so big and vibrant, and you'll never even think of eating animal products again. And your grocery shopping list is gonna look like a Greek scroll. Cool stuff. Sprint versus marathon. Some people go vegan overnight. Others take their time and slowly transition. There is no right or wrong way to do it as long as you're making progress. It's a big change, so don't feel rushed to do it right away. Take your time, be patient with yourself, let yourself ease into this new life. Or jump right into it, if that's what works for you. As I said, no right or wrong way. It gets easier. Just like with anything else, it gets easier with time and practice. You might find it extremely hard at the beginning. You might get disappointed when you find the sneaky animal products in long lists of ingredients. You might feel overwhelmed when you take a look at a vegan recipe with more twists and turns than the Chinese wall. But I promise you, it gets easier. With every new vegan product that you discover and every new recipe that you pull off, you're gonna gain more and more confidence, and soon enough, you'll be a pro at it. To make it easier for yourself, try making a list of all the meals you currently like that are accidentally vegan and continue eating those. Also, think of your favorite foods that aren't vegan, pick the top 5 and find ways to veganize them. Nowadays, you can veganize literally anything. And having a few long-time favorites in a vegan version will make this whole journey a lot easier for you. Don't go milking my oats. You'll be tempted to try out new stuff and test some ingredients that are unknown to you. I want you to know that you don't need to be milking your own oats or fermenting your own beans the first week of being vegan. Or ever. We vegans are notorious for having the weirdest ingredients like nutritional yeast or tapioca starch or vital wheat gluten. But all of these things are not essential in a vegan diet, and it's totally okay if you don't know them or don't want to use them in your kitchen. Although other vegans will argue with me on this, especially when it comes to nutritional yeast, I swear that thing is like crack to us. Take a look around you. Instead of traveling to the other side of the world to discover a rare ingredient that will unlock the powers of your mind and turn you into a vegan god, I suggest taking a look around you and discovering what your local community has to offer. Depending on where you live in the world, there are a lot of vegan products present in different cuisines and a lot of traditional dishes that can be made vegan easily. Make sure to explore your own culture first. You'll be surprised at how many vegan things you discover. An extra tip is to learn how to make a few simple things and stick to them at the beginning. My first month of being vegan, I made rice with beans and tomato sauce for like a week because I really liked it and it was super easy to prepare. It doesn't have to be complicated. You can just learn a few simple things and build from there. Learn from the vegan gods. One thing that has helped me a lot is following vegans on social media and learning from them. There are tons of vegans out there who share amazing recipes. My favorite creators online are Pickup Limes, Rainbow Plant Life, Simnet Nutrition, and Gaz Oakley. I highly recommend checking them out. You're definitely gonna find a lot of new things you're excited to make. Too lazy to cook. And if you're not that enthusiastic about cooking, take a trip to your favorite grocery store and check out what vegan products they have in their assortment. 5 to 10 years ago, a lot of countries didn't have vegan products available in their shops, but recently there has been a rise of vegan products worldwide. 8 years ago, when I went vegan in Macedonia, we didn't even have tofu or plant milks, and now every grocery store has vegan options available, and there's even more coming. Aside from grocery stores, you might also want to check out some restaurants around you and see what vegan options they offer. A helpful tool is the app Happy Cow, which shows you all the vegan or vegetarian places in your area. I use it every time I go to a new place, and it has helped me discover a lot of new vegan spots. Keep in mind that if you rely on restaurants and ready-made vegan products, it will get pricier. As I said, whole foods are a lot cheaper, but they can take a bit more time and practice in the kitchen. Of course, depending on what you're making. It's up to you to decide which path you'll take. What I find works best is a combination of both, because I don't think it's realistic to eat at restaurants 100% of the time, nor is it realistic to cook from scratch 100% of the time. So a balance of both will hit the spot, one fart at a time. I feel it's important to mention that you should take it easy with whole grains and legumes, especially if you're not used to eating a lot of fiber on a daily basis. To prevent having digestive issues, add high-fiber food slowly into your diet. Give your body time to adjust. More bang for your buck. Plants are less calorie dense than animal products, which is great if you love eating more. What's not so great is that people expect to eat the same portion size they used to when they weren't vegan, and they end up feeling hungry and then blame it on the plants. Instead of calling it quits when your stomach starts rumbling after eating a lentil soup, try experimenting with the amount of food you eat at a meal and find what works for you. You will find your balance, I promise you. But bacon though. One last nice thing is that you will encounter people who will challenge you and your beliefs. A weird thing happens to people when you mention that you're vegan. They suddenly become experts in health and nutrition, and they feel entitled to give you their opinions. It is inevitable that you will run into situations like this, which is why I think that it's very important to get your facts straight. Getting educated on the topic of veganism, the health side of it, as well as the ethical and environmental side of it, will give you more confidence to handle these conversations better. If you want to learn more about the ethical and environmental side of veganism, check out Vegan Jesus, aka Earthling Ed. I have never seen anyone handle conversations with non-vegans better than that guy. For resources on health, check out Dr. Michael Greger. I learned the most about nutrition and health from his books and videos. He has devoted his career to researching and educating people about the relationship between health and food, and he's an absolute rock star. But even if you know everything there is to know, don't feel pressured to explain yourself and to answer to people that just want to get into a fight because they don't understand your choices. Pick your battles wisely. Not everyone deserves your time and attention. Take a trip to the lab. I understand that a lot of people have concerns about their health because they don't know enough about a plant-based diet, and because we have been indoctrinated from a very young age to believe that in order to be healthy, we have to eat animals. What you can do to make yourself feel more assured is take a blood test before going vegan and after about 6 months of being vegan. This will give you insight into how your health is doing and will put your concerns to rest, especially when you see that cholesterol and triglycerides going down. I was 15 when I went vegan, and my parents were worried that veganism would impact my health negatively. So I took a blood test at the beginning, and after half a year of being vegan, and my blood was better than ever, which made them feel more assured and got them off my back. Whether you have a family that is concerned about your health or you yourself are concerned about it, it's worth taking these tests just so that you can feel calmer and know how you're actually doing. Don't be afraid to mess up. There will be times when you mess up, whether intentionally or unintentionally, and in those moments it's important to have compassion for yourself. It's okay if you make a mistake. Rather than judging yourself for it, it's better to see what you can learn from it and move on. After all, we are all human and very prone to mistakes, so it's important to have compassion for yourself as well as for others when you feel tested in order to keep your peace of mind. Find your tribe. Finding your community can help you a lot on your vegan journey. People who have already gone through what you're going through right now will understand your struggles and help you improve and get better by the day. It's important to feel accepted and understood by others. So I would suggest exploring the vegan scene around you and finding some new vegan friends who will help you along the way and guide you on your journey. And if there's absolutely no one vegan around you, you can always turn to the internet. Thousands of vegans, including me, share their journeys online. Whether on YouTube, Facebook, or Instagram, you can find a lot of like-minded people. And the last, and in my opinion, most important thing is to find your why. People become vegan for many different reasons, whether because of their health, the environment, or the animals. Knowing why you're doing what you're doing is crucial in order to succeed and stay true to yourself. If you know why you've decided to walk this path, you'll be better equipped to deal with whatever hardships are thrown your way, and life will have a greater purpose. I hope I gave you all the information you needed and answered all the questions you had about veganism. If there's anything else you'd like to know, let me know in the comments. I would be happy to help. And if you want to find out how to craft the perfect grocery shopping list as a vegan, check out this video. Thanks for watching and stay green.